What's going on, everybody? Man, this is your host, Alberto, the host of the 95 North Falcons talk show in affiliation with the with the Smitty Sports Machine. Antoine Smitty Smith will be here soon, everybody. But from him and myself, man, we want to thank everybody that has joined us from week 1 till now, week 18, man. It's been a true blessing to rock with everybody, especially the folks on this panel and everybody in the chat that's ever tuned in on a Tuesday and a post game on a Sunday, man. So shouts out to you guys, everybody. I'm going to go through the chat real quick and thank everybody here. Oblivion Empire, John Brooks, Aaron Jamongo, Ron Smith, Mr. Higgins, John Higgins himself, Joey Briscoe, One Love, Oblivion Empire, Jay Scott, Bags. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in and catching this season finale live with us. On the panel today, man, we got the boys, man. Audio Falcon Mind, and Larry of the Dixon Way, man. Give it up for these folks, man.
What up?
Some tremendous content creators here in this Atlanta Falcons community, man. We definitely appreciate you guys coming on and, just rocking with us on this last episode here. Folks, man, what do you guys think? Performance today, man. The Atlanta Falcons beat the much-hated Tampa Bay Buccaneers today for the tune of 30-17. Which is a definite blessing. You know what I mean? It's a good thing to do in the last game of the year. Winning's contagious, like my guy Smitty says all the time. So it's good momentum going into this offseason and next year. So folks, or guys, what do you guys, first impressions of what you guys saw today from the Falcons? I'll start with you, John.
Man, I was...
Hold on, man. 1 minute. Hold on.
Oh,
man,
yeah. Go ahead, brother.
I just got to say this.
Yes, sir.
Man, Berto has been on our show a few times. But I haven't been on his, dog. I'm so excited, man. It's like it's Oprah. I feel like I'm on Oprah right now. So I'm excited. I'm ready
yes,
to
sir.
Go, man. The boys
appreciate you, man. Thank you, man.
Hey, man, I'm glad you had us on, buddy.
Definitely, man. Wouldn't do it without you guys, man, for sure.
Man, it was exactly what Mike said. But yeah, man, it was a tale of two halves, man. The first half was rough. I mean, the Tampa Bay was getting after Desmond and making him make quick decisions, but of course, had that rough fumble, which, that's whatever it is, what it is going to happen. I mean, but, man, to see the way they bounced back and to see his confidence really not get shaken by it and just come out firing in the second half, to see Tyler get 1,000 yards. I mean, just looking at our rookies, man. I mean, like you already said, Ritter, 19 for 30, 224 yards, 2 touchdowns. Algier, 24 for 135, and London, 6 for 120. And you win the game. I mean,
and you win the game, man.
I got no complaints, man. I mean, like I'm good.
For sure.
I'm more than good, man. I didn't see no slow half. I saw a win. I saw man. Tyler got 1,000. Ritter was throwing touchdown passes, dog. I'm in heaven right now, and we got the win. I don't care nothing about no draft picks, man. 2 in a row. Like the steam, the momentum, I'm in heaven right now. I'm out of my Falcon mind, dog. I had a blast.
Talk about it.
I had a blast watching that. The whole team was hyped. It was electric. Man, CP came in, did his thing a little bit. I have no complaints for that game. Now, Arthur Smith, he looked like he was about to have a heart attack a few times, but it's all good. It's all good. I love it.
That's it. Larry, what you think, bro?
All right, man. It was a tale of two halves for me, man.
Yeah.
Shout out to you guys for having me out here. I know
for sure.
Guys, but I'm going to subscribe to you as soon as I get off, man. You guys got good energy. I like y'all energy, so
definitely
appreciate Alberto and Smitty.
Yes, sir.
Me on with you guys.
No doubt, man.
Tale of two halves, man. Me and my wife do the watch parties and stuff. So my whole thing is I got on a Desmond Ritter shirt. You know what I'm saying? I want to support the kid. My whole thing is that in the draft, I'm going to be honest. I didn't want the kid because I don't think you should draft a quarterback until he's the quarterback. Okay? That's my mindset. I want to get Grady on defense. I wanted Jordan Davis. I mean, I'm a dog, so you see what I got also.
Yes, sir.
Unfortunately. But I like the progression that each game that Ritter had. And in my opinion, he should have started after the Carolina game we lost in the rain.
There you go.
There you go, for sure.
From then to now, the progression that he's shown each game incrementally, I think that we possibly could have won this division. But I don't like to deal with woulda, shoulda, coulda here in the now. First half was really bad. Second half was great for me. So this season grade I would give him a B- considering he only had 4 games to prepare to play. And this season should have been more dedicated to him, his development, than trying to chase the apple of going to the postseason. Because you want to go to the postseason, I understand that. But doing it and being stubborn with Mariota was a bad idea. Now, I think coach kind of see it. And when you take him out with 2 minutes left, that's kind of indication saying that the Falcons believe in him too, in my opinion. And that's my beautiful wife just commented. My wife.
Shout out to the wife.
Shout out the wife.
Shout out the wife for sure, man. For folks, yeah.
Yeah. I just think that, you know what I'm saying? Like I said before, he don't give me that feeling like when we got Mike Vick, like, oh, everything gonna be all right. Or if we got Matt Ryan, everything gonna be all right. But I've seen the growth enough that I think that we may be able to work with him, build a team up around him.
Mm-hmm.
How about this? How about this for a change? How about the Falcons build a team the right way?
Right.
How about
that? Yeah. Man, we got the funds now, man. We got the funds now definitely to open this thing up, for 2023 and bring the right collection of players that, support a Grady Jarrett who's been doing it, man, for 8-9 years. And goddamn, he's been doing it alone. And now we bring in a Ritter. He shows so much potential today, man. And the way he spread the ball around, man, very efficient with the ball. And like John mentioned, 224 yards, thrown 2 touchdowns, 108 passer rating. That's the key for me. 108 passer rating. So that's being real, cool, calm, and collected, and very efficient throwing the football. I can't wait until free agency and see what pieces we add around, the likes of Tyler Algier, Kyle Pitts, Drake London, and such. I think it could be a very lethal offense coming next year. One guy I just mentioned was Tyler Algier, man. Congratulations to the young man. Broke the record, man. Finished with 1,034 yards rushing. Unbelievable, man. To break a record with so much age. Willie Andrews was the last one in 1979 to had done that for the Falcons. So we got a bruiser in the backfield. Not gonna call him our type Derrick Henry type back, but he's definitely an all-purpose back. He did the same work down at BYU, and it's just great to see how the vision opened up for Tyler Algier. I know he was inactive week 1 against New Orleans, and maybe that, just really lit a fire under his ass to make it prove like, hey, damn, coach, you should have never did this to me. Here's what you missed out. This is the guy that you're getting because, man, to the tune of 135 yards rushing today, man. Yes. It's an awesome thing to see, man. The future's bright in Atlanta as far as the running back group. So, John, what you think about Tyler Algier's performance today, and what more can we do to build off a performance like what he had today going into next offseason?
Dude, I've been like a proud father all year because that was the dude I called out in the draft, man. Literally, that was the one dude I picked out. That's the only guy I got right. So I'm not going to say I know everything because I sure shit don't. But I got that one right.
Yeah.
And so I've just been early in the season, I was little worried because we before the show we're talking the vision wasn't quite there. He's running into the back alignment and stuff like that. But man, that opened up so much, in these last 7-8 games, and he's just been another dude, So I mean, it's been great to watch, man. I don't think we need, like you said, I think if we add a back that can this a little different, that's maybe a little more speedy out of the backfield type of thing, that'd be fine. But as far as an RB1 type of thing, no, I think we got him. I think he's there, and if they keep spelling him with whether it's CP or Huntley comes back or whatever and keep them fresh. And I mean, I'm totally down with that because that's one way you're going to keep those running backs healthy, because we've seen what happens with the Devonta Freeman and stuff like that. If you run like that, for 16, 17 games every year, your career is shortened by quite a lot. So I mean, I'm cool with them spelling them when they need to with other guys, but I mean, I couldn't be happier for the guy, man. It was awesome to see.
That's awesome. And joining us on the panel right now is Crowned K, our dog Kevo. Kevo, say what's up to the folks, man.
What's going on?
Hey.
What's going on?
What's going on?
Good one today, man. Good one.
Hell yeah, man. We're gonna take this and ride this one into the off season and then some, man. Cause we coming, man. We on the up and up, man. And
I'm gonna count it as we beat Tom Brady. I don't care that he played. I'm gonna count it as we beat Tom Brady. I don't care what nobody.
We got him.
I'm out of my Falcon mind.
Hell yeah.
I done got it on the refrigerator already.
Let's go,
put
man.
it on the refrigerator. You damn right. I'm counting.
That's cool, man.
The streak is broken, man.
For real, man. For real.
Man, he just ran off in the locker room too after the game. He didn't even hang out on the field.
Nah, man. That's just him, man. That's just him. Larry, what you think about Allgeier's performance today, brother?
Excellent. Best back since Michael Turner here, to be honest.
Yeah.
Allgeier started off slow, just like John said. He started off slow, a little tippy-toeing. Me and my wife and you were Team Huntley. But what he showed as he gathered speed and the speed of the game slowed down to him, you know what I'm saying? Kind of how what's happening with Ritter. Same thing. You know what I'm saying? People don't understand how fast the NFL is when they first get there. You know what I'm saying? It's different from college. It's different from preseason. And when they come in, they come to take your head off. So he started learning chemistry with his line. It's a big thing, too. Line got to figure out, you know what I'm saying, how to hold this block up, and he figure out which way they're going to lean on this play. So once he figured that out, he started hitting that hole and hitting it fast. You know what I'm saying? Out now, too. So excellent job. We don't have to worry about the kid Robinson out of Texas now that I keep seeing people talk about us go get. Now, we got running back number one. You know what I'm saying? And if Huntley come back healthy, he can be running back too, or we bring, CP back because the veteran that everyone likes in a locker room, then we can bring him back too on the cheap. But yeah, running back, we straight. Tight end, we straight too. Yeah.
Let me say this, Berto.
Go ahead, brother.
Hey, dog, like he is, it's a player per team who, like the personality of him is gonna spread, and I feel like it's the rookie. He's so tough. The whole team played tough, and I feel like he's the toughest person on the team. He's like a bowling ball. He's like a human bowling ball. He'll carry two people. He'll tell you three people, I want you off me. Curry, man, I done seen the dude carry a team and still not fall. The whole team trying to tackle him, still not fall, man. It's like that shit is infectious. No more running out of bounds. I'm trying to take your head up. And I love that he inflict the blow. He ain't running out of bounds. I'm inflicting the pain, dog. His whole spirit was infectious. The whole team, the whole line was playing tougher. Like the quarterbacks played tougher. The receivers blocked tougher. Man, he really is something else. He affected our team spirit wise, man. Yeah, and I love the dude. He got a slow start, but he came out. He did his thing, man.
He did, and shout out to him definitely. You know what, too? Shout out to Falcons scouting department finding another gem in the 5th round. Yep. This team has such a big knack for finding these gems in the late rounds and stuff like that. And Dr. Ganja right here, he brings up he brings an interesting question here. CP old, Huntley can't stay healthy. We're not straight just yet at running back, and I kind of agree with this. Seeing though the CP situation, he'll be 32 at the start of next year. We've seen some of the same tendencies he did last year, where he just kind of just weaned off at the end of the year and stuff like that. Still effective in stuff like that. But what do you guys think as far as CP coming back onto the team and actually having a role as a running back? Do you think the Falcons may approach him in the offseason and say, hey, listen, we view you now as a sole kickoff returner or a third down specialist as a back? What do you guys feel about that?
I say you got to bring him back, man, because he's like human electricity. And I'm not, and I understand he a little older, he a little slower, he gonna get hurt, but his effect, like on the team, dog, he get the whole stadium lit. He get the whole team lit, and he's the only one who can do that. So for that alone, I say you got to bring him back at a good price point. Of course, he is older.
Yeah, I mean, if he's not going to be RB1 next year. Like, we know that, right? We know who's going to be that. So, I mean, if he's coming in sparingly as a running back, okay. I mean, he probably stays healthier and it helps him out through the entire season. Special team, sure. Maybe, use them out wide depending on what we do, with because he's one of those guys. You can use him in different spots, right?
Right.
But Yeah, I mean, I agree with what you said too. I mean, we're going to add somebody in the running back room because we have to. We don't know what's going to happen. We don't know how Huntley's going to come back. Achilles is a weird thing. Sometimes you come back and you're great. Sometimes it's not. So we'll see how he comes back. But yeah, they're going to add somebody. But I just think, like I said, it'll be more of a speedy type of, a different style back. We won't have like 3 bruisers kind of like we had this year. But even though Huntley, though, when he ran, like he was more shifty and quicker on his feet than some of them than CP or Algier was too. So yeah, I'm good with him coming back though for sure. I mean, he's already said how many times he wants to finish his career in Atlanta too. So I mean,
awesome. That's dope. Kev, what you got to say on this one, man? What you feel?
I say you definitely want to bring it back, man. Like the only reason he's looking a little slower because he put all those curries on his legs, man. Exactly. That he really shouldn't have had to do.
Yep.
True.
But you keep him. He's still a spark in the kick return game. I mean, nobody want to kick it to him no more.
Yeah.
But he got that Udonis Haslam type of leadership in the locker room, man.
There you go.
He's an OG, man.
Yep.
We need those type of guys like when we had Sanu. To keep the group together, keep the team together.
Yeah, man. Hey, man, let's all welcome Joe. Joe, how you doing, man? Thank you for joining the panel, man. Appreciate you stopping by, brother, showing some love, man. Question begs is, we're talking about this Cordero Patterson situation, and if does he come back as a member of the Atlanta Falcons next year? So give us your quick thoughts on what you think CP's trajectory is going to be for next year.
I mean, I would find it very strange if he doesn't come back next year because, I mean, yes, Algier was just freaking pounding in these last few years. And we got to remember, the kid got 1,000 yards, and he was inactive game 1. So there's something there. But Patterson does more because when we think about it, everybody was prepping for him as if he's a hybrid running back wide receiver. Now nobody knows what to do with him.
Yeah.
So the only thing they know is don't kick it to him if he's on kick return because he's dangerous.
Yeah, that's true, man. I want to touch on one more thing before we switch over to the defense and stuff. Anybody caught the revolving door at left guard, between Matt Hennessy and Colby Gossett, man? That's definitely a position of importance going into this offseason. Now, do the Falcons elect to, address that during free agency, or is there, a bona fide stud in the draft, which may be a couple, to go ahead and get a guard in the draft? But left guard, how high of a priority is this on you guys' agendas for the Falcons this coming year?
It's high for me, man. I mean, Gossett got eaten up today by Logan Hall a few times. I mean, it wasn't even a competition. And but Wilkinson did well. He solidified it pretty well. But that dude obviously he can't stay really healthy either. So I mean, it'd be nice to whether it's a solid free agent or just somebody that you can get in the draft that's going to just plug right in there and start from day one and be that guy, then but we got to address that for sure, one way or the other.
What you got, Larry?
Man, I personally think that center is more important, to be honest.
Okay.
Hennessy might do a little bit better at guard, but I don't like our guard situation. The kid out of Northwestern, I think.
Yeah, Peter Skoronski.
Yeah, he grazed as
Alberto. Hey, dog, Alberto is not to be played with, dog. He gonna know who you're talking about no matter what you're talking about.
Oh, I appreciate it. Thanks, man.
But I think he's gonna be in the first round. I doubt we pick him in the first round. We got Brady some help, so I don't think he's gonna be around in the second round. But if he is, shoot, they better get him. Yeah. I mean, that's my take.
That's cool. What you got, Kev?
We definitely need to fix that left guard spot and center. I'm tired of I didn't really catch him today, but I'm tired of the low snaps. And rather having to catch it off the ground. Eventually, like when you come against the better teams, those type of fumbles, they cost you games, man. So both of those spots, I will hope that they draft and bring in a free agent. Just because, the group is getting solid, man. McGarry looked like you're gonna have to pay McGarry.
I agree.
Lindstrom, he's earning it, man.
Every
and
penny,
Jake
man.
is a long stay. So I would hope that they just throw a veteran in there and try to keep that continuity going on for next year.
Yeah, I agree.
What you got, Joe?
I'm kind of in the same boat. I mean, left guard, it's like middle tier for me. I mean, I've said it multiple times. I want us to focus on defense more so than anything else. I mean, offensively, the pieces are there. We just have to get it to work. I think we have the answers. If Wilkinson comes back, I say give it to him. As long as Jalen Mayfield is not at left guard again.
I'm with you. I'm with you.
I have said it from minute one. I did not like him. And he just – when you're getting beat by undrafted people, then that's it. That's it. You're done. Like, take your butt and go home.
Yeah.
That's what I'm going to say. At least and while we're on the topic of offensive line, I got to say it. McGarry played well this year, but I'm going to say it straight up, even though we're Atlanta fans, we are unbiased. He got away with the hold on that 4th down conversion. He got away with it on trying to swing.
Oh, I didn't see nothing.
I don't know what you speak of. I don't know.
It looked clean to me, Joe.
Yeah, it looked clean to me, dog. I don't know what you I see no evil.
But
I mean, hey, we both saw 2 different things. But I mean, I saw a little bit of a tug there. But here's the thing: if they got away with the hold, then we got away with some stuff too. They got away with that pass interference on one.
Oh man, talk about it.
Got away with it. Got away with a couple of holds. The first penalty I think I saw, and I was like, oh, it's going to be a holding. There were illegal low block on the defense on Murphy Bunting. I'm like, illegal low block. How does a defensive player get that kind of a penalty? Then I learn about it, and I'm like, okay, but
basically, oh, sorry. But yeah,
go, if you want, please explain it to me.
Yeah, basically, you can't. If the offensive lineman is engaged with the defender, just like you can't low cut him, you can't hit him. You know what I'm saying? Like you can't. The way he double teamed him was wrong. You see what I'm saying? That's all it was. Like I think people push one man together, but you can't go low, you go high, basically.
Okay, makes sense. And then another thing that I said, it's 4 games in. That offensive line, while they've got a couple of holds here and there, they have yet to have a pre-snap penalty since Ritter took the helm. I don't know about you guys, but that's pretty damn good.
No, that's impressive. That's a real good stat to throw out there. Definitely.
That was good. I didn't even notice that. Good one.
That's true.
Yeah, I mean, if you got a couple of holds here and there, no big deal. You got a couple of ineligible man downfield. Every team is going to have at least 5 of those a year, minimum.
Yeah.
But to not have any false starts, not to have any illegal formations. I think there was maybe 1 illegal shift penalty. There might have been, but I mean, that's like a post-snap anyway. We're talking about the offensive line. None of those guys had a pre-snap penalty since Ritter took over. That's a pretty good positive in my opinion.
Yeah, that's an impressive stat. So, safe to say that definitely, left guard's still a priority in this up and coming off season. I'm looking at guys like Dalton Risner. My favorite guy was Elton Jenkins from Green Bay, but he got snatched up already. But definitely that's a position that has to get addressed ASAP. Center, possibly. Do they elect to give Matt Hennessy another shot there, or do they go into the free agent pool and grab a guy like Ethan Posick out of Cleveland? It could happen, but I can't wait for free agency to come because it's really going to be a true and telling story of how we address the draft this coming season. Are the Falcons going to stay pat, take BPA? Or are they going to be creative with in some words, maybe trade out, trade up? Who knows? But to the next topic, shout out Courtney Brown on this one, man. Thank you for the great question. Falcons must get Grady Jarrett some help. First period, Vic Beasley was supposed to be the man while Grady was picked as a tryout. He's been that guy since. He brings up an unbelievable point, so shouts out to you, Courtney Brown.
Hey, straight up, I got the Grady.
There we go, man. Shit, I got my Grady back here, so we on and popping, man. But definitely Grady, defense. The defense today didn't generate a sack, and that's been, like John said earlier, man. That's been the story pretty much all year, man.
Case surprise.
Oh man, so defensively, fellas, there's a lot in the air right now as far as Dean Pease's situation. Is he coming or going? What do you guys say? Do you guys feel like Dean Pease should be allowed back, or to work with the amount of resources that we have now? So, is this the time where Dean Pease should actually put a stamp on this defense going into 2023 if he comes back?
Let me say this, man.
Go ahead.
Go ahead, bro.
Like if like you have a girlfriend who can like truly cook, you could give her some like oodles and noodles, some spam, stick of gum, a slice of bread, and you might get some. I feel like
Hell
he
yeah.
did that this year.
Got
I
it.
feel like he did that this year. Like we had a whole spread. Now it was nasty, some of that shit was gross, but it was edible. So I feel like if you let him grocery shop and he could get the stuff he want, who knows how it might taste. But you gotta give the old man the opportunity. That's just how I feel. If he did this with this, man, we should have got punished a few of them games. I'm talking about punished. And he had them boys balling a little bit. Like we stayed in every game.
Yeah.
So I feel like you have to give him the opportunity to grocery shop for his own ingredients, and then we see what come out. But I say you keep the old man.
Yeah, I don't think we talked about it on our last show, Mike. His press conference last week, they asked him about like, if I could give you a corner, a prime linebacker, a prime pass rusher, what would you take? And he said, well, you always want to pass rusher because it's a passing league. He said, but I'd probably go corner because he's like, I can manufacture a pass rusher if I need to. I can't manufacture like somebody that can play man coverage, right? You got AJ, but you don't have CB2 over there that can do that. So. I mean, I don't think it kind of made me think like, I don't think he really liked to call some of the plays he called this year, but it was kind of like out of necessity because of, again, who was on like Mike just said, who was on the field. So like that bend don't break zone type of shit. I don't think he likes playing that, but it's kind of what he had to do. So yeah, I think, and you could see the defense, even as what we have, it got better regardless. I know we got no sacks, but I mean, like it got better those last, half of the season. Because we still weren't allowing a lot of points. They were getting yards between the 20s, but then we'd hold them. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I think, if he decides to come back, I mean, if obviously with the resources, you saw what he did with the resources in Baltimore, right? In New England.
God.
Like the man can coach defense. He knows what he's doing. But like you got to have the talent too. I mean, so that's I'm cool if he comes back. I mean, I do think like Alberto, you and I talked and we talked about it before. I think do we have the personnel to go back to a 4-3 if he leaves when that comes in, because Grady's better set for a 4-3. But I mean, I'm cool either way. I mean, because I think I do think though I mean, if he wants to come back, I think he's earned this, but the opportunity to come back just after what he's done with what little we have. So.
Larry, what you got, Larry? What's your take on the defense right quick?
This is hard, man, because I'm not really a fan of Dan Pease, to be honest. I mean, Dean Pease. My look at him is that he got his reputation of playing off of Hall of Fame defenses. That's my opinion. But what I will say is that we have made adjustments in the second half, and when we need stops.
Hey, Larry, let me just say one more thing. I'm about to bring Smitty in, folks. I'm about to bring Antoine Smitty Smith onto the panel, the proprietor of all of this, bringing all of us Falcons content creators today on this great show that we're throwing for you guys so far. So please let's welcome Smitty Smith, man, himself. He's here.
Hey,
Smitty!
OG.
Let's go, Smitty. He's there. He's probably froze, but yeah, he's probably all frozen. There he is. Where is he?
I went away.
Yeah, he left. He came back.
I'm gonna add him again. He goes and he comes out. He's probably where he's at right now. But Larry, go ahead, Larry. Chop it up. I'll bring him in.
Basically, I like the adjustments he make at halftime. Bend but don't break. Also, we have to consider that our defense never got any rest. I look at everything, man. Like I get real emotional doing the streams and stuff like that. We do the live stream, but I have to think like we don't have the personnel to run what he wants to run. If we had somebody beside Grady that could be a big space eater, like a Haloti Nada, where he had Baltimore, you know what I'm saying?
Man.
And that's why I wanted Jordan Davis, even though Jordan Davis got hurt. I understand it. When you have a Dean Pease, you think Haloti Nada in the middle.
Right.
Think about T Sizzle. You know what I'm saying? Grady Jarrett. You know what I'm saying? Like, these are things you look at. He don't have the pieces. He don't have the ingredients to make that gumbo the way they want to. So
there you go.
Hell yeah.
Would I bring him back? Yes.
Come on. Yeah, Larry.
But we have to grab good in it. We have to draft good defenders, man. We have to. Yeah. And Dimitrov failed at that. He failed.
Oof.
So
did he ever
do well? That's why I want Ritter to go straight defense and offensive alignment, and boom, get your boy Poston out of Cleveland, shore up that line, go all defense. That's what I'm here for.
That's crazy. Kev, what you got?
Man, we just didn't get much to work with. The cap was tight. He had a lot of guys starting that probably, wouldn't even make would be practice squad guys. I wouldn't cry if he isn't brought back, but he deserves another shot though, man.
Yeah.
You talking about a lot of makeshift pass rushers, makeshift corners, and I'll give him his credit, man. Armstrong looked a little better.
Man.
Yeah, he looked a little better today. But you know how I feel about Darren Hall.
Oh man,
we'll see if he comes back. Some of the guys that need to be special team guys, they'll be on special teams.
Yes,
there he is.
There he is. God damn, bro.
Damn, man. Dramatic entrance, man. You just want to be dramatic and come in here like that. It's your show, man. You can do it.
Yes, sir.
I got to get it done one way or another, man. I'm a little mobile today, so I had a little internet corruption, but I got it together, and y'all know what time it is, man.
Yes,
Sorry I'm late, guys. Got a lot going on right now, but while y'all on here, man, just see a prayer for my uncle, man. He in the hospital, man. He a little under the weather. He gonna pull through it, man, and we gonna keep rocking this thing, man. So shout out to him. And I brought my microphone because I got to do my thing, whether I'm at home or on the road.
Damn, that's commitment, bro. That is commitment. Fucking Smitty. Oh man,
we beat Tom Brady, Smitty.
Yeah,
we beat Brady.
I actually posed that Twitter question today because there's going to be a lot of people that are going to say he started, but he didn't finish, so you didn't really beat Brady.
Yes. I don't care nothing about that.
If he started, it's his game, one way or another.
There you go.
He got knocked out due to an injury. It's still gonna be his game.
Hey, look, I'm of that mindset. You start. They put starts with W's and L's. So Brady's gonna get the L on this game. As much as Bucs fans, as much as Patriots fans, as much as Skip Bayless, as much as Stephen A, as much as all those guys want to say it, you lost because you started the game. It don't matter how you start; it matters how you finish.
That's a fact, man.
Was a big fat A.
Yes, sir.
I don't know if y'all talked about it already, man. But 4 games out of Desmond Ritter 2-2. Threw his first 2 touchdown passes today, and it seemed like he got better each game. But that's a positive sign going into the offseason on the Falcons. So to me, I think he solidified that top spot, and I think we'll be going for a backup in free agency. I don't know how it's going to work, but that's going to be my guess.
Before anybody else says anything else, I'm getting ready to bring in uncle, everybody's uncle on this panel. Whether you know him or not, he's your goddamn uncle. From Uncle Steve's Lounge. I tell you that. He is here, folks. Uncle Steve, everybody.
Uncle Steve.
He's a dollar good fellow. He's a dollar good fellow. Nobody can bend. Felipe, you are on the roster in 23, Felipe. You're going to make it. You're gonna I'm sorry.
I gotta stop you there.
I didn't realize I was on the air. I'm sorry. How y'all doing?
Oh man, what is up,
man?
How y'all doing, fellas?
Uncle Steve, you had to come in with that, man. Come on.
Oh man, and real quick, hey Jay Black, thank you for the donation. We hope to have had our friend Big Low here so he can bring this positive energy and bring this. That's a Superman chat. I'm not gonna try and do it, but that's his thing. But Brady is a sore loser. He walked straight out of the locker room at the end of the game. That's a fact, man. He's known for doing that, man. He's known for doing that.
He did that again?
He did it again, brother. He walked his ass right to the locker room, bro. Took that L and took off.
And just a note on that, my son and I were sitting up there, and I said, Let me see if he's going to reach out to the young rookie on the other side and give him some, hey, that was a good game. He literally was in sprint position, ready to run to the locker room straight there without saying anything to anybody. What a black.
That's crazy, man. Yeah. That is a sucker move, man.
So loser. You can't
Big
do
time.
that, man. You supposed to be a veteran in this league, man. Come on, dog.
Yeah.
That's a fact, man.
But Jay Black, he damn sure so loser, man. I always have been.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I didn't even know that, but let's see if the talking heads will be like, because I mean, Shannon would probably bring this up on Undisputed.
Oh yeah.
Oh come on, that rookie right there. He did good.
He gonna be all over Skip's ass tomorrow for sure.
Why not?
Oh yeah.
Why not shake David rid of hand? Why he got look at this video right here, Skip. Look at this video right here. Look at that is Tom Brady running into the locker room. Why is he doing that?
He would have been doing that with Skip last week. I don't think he's doing anything with Skip these days.
No, man. No.
That show almost a wrap. Let Jay be honest about that.
Yeah. Where did I step in, Smitty? What were we talking about, brother?
When Smitty just joined, he just getting to it. Yeah, we were just talking about defense. We were just, talking about Grady, pointing out some facts and stuff like that. Grady, I'm sorry, the defense again today, failed to record a sack. So that begs a question about Dean Pease and his eligibility of coming back next year. Dr. Ganja actually had a great name up for Brian Flores as our next DC if Atlanta takes that route. I mean, myself and John spoke early and stuff like that. We do have the personnel to go back to a 3-4. To a 4-3. So it could be a viable option. I mean, I know there's some in-house candidates, Frank Bush, Ted Marciano, and his son, Matt Pease, also, who's a defensive quality assistant. Those are some guys. But, a guy like Brian Flores, what do we feel about that if that is the choice for the Falcons going into 2023?
I was just stunned that after 16 games, you only had 2 games that just jump out to me. That's the first game of the year and the Cincinnati game, only because we didn't have anything else to cheer about during that game, because I think they sacked Burrows 3 times in that game. That if that's not first on your shopping list in 2023, then I'm going to start to worry. Because I know we're going to be, teased with the fact of trying to get a veteran quarterback and everything like that. There was no rush. We were letting Blaine Gabbert have plenty of time up there. They had started subbing some of their guys on offensive line, and we were getting nothing. That's scary to me, fellas.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Kev, what you got, Kev?
Yeah, that's true.
Man, I don't know. You know how I feel about this defense, man. I know we're kicking the tires and all the fans are excited about Lamar, man. But first up, man, we got to show up that rush. It got to be somebody for Grady. I'm gonna say it again for like the 3rd, 4th episode in a row. You should have Grady's running mate before the draft.
Gotcha.
There needs to be a guy too.
I agree.
Before the draft starts.
And I don't put some names out there already. So if y'all confused on who we should look at, just go to my page. I threw up about 3 names on that defensive line. One of them is a former Redskin, one of them is a current Redskin. And y'all just go check it out, man, because I'm telling y'all, it's the run Payne a bust, Jalen Carter a bust. And if they get a new defensive coordinator, we have to switch back to a 4-3 because we had the right personnel for it.
That's dope.
Yeah.
Want to add anything, John?
I'm for the 4-3 switch if you have to.
Yeah, now in the original thing about Brian Flores, I mean, yeah, I'd be totally fine with that if that's who they want to switch to coming back. But yeah, I mean, dude, we've needed a running mate for like 3 or 4 years. I mean, like ever since Jonathan Babineau.
Yeah.
I mean, like he can't. It's so easy for offensive lines to. I mean, they know that what they have to do. I mean, that they just take care of Grady. You know what I mean? So I mean, like if he's Taquan did a pretty good job, and he can be a rotational piece. Anthony Rush, I don't know what happened there, but he was that big body we needed, in the middle there.
I'm finna get somebody. I'm sorry to cut you off, but I'm finna get somebody they 2 seconds of fame.
Don't do me like that.
I see this all the time. I'm not talking about you, but I got something for you. Make you fumble. I see you be in my comments all the time. Say I make up anything. I don't make up nothing. I do my research. I see what the Falcons need, and sometimes it's my opinion true enough. My opinion is just as genuine as anybody else's opinion. And I'm gonna be real with y'all. If y'all have a problem with the way I do things, just don't watch my channel. I'm gonna just be real, because the people that roll with me, they're gonna roll with me because they appreciate what I do. But if you don't, just don't watch it. It's just as simple as that.
Simple as that, man.
But go ahead. We got one of our female Falcon fans in the building, man. She be at every game and she always talking junk. But let's welcome Joy. We call her Bandana Joy. Let's welcome to the show.
This is my cut up, made up scarf that I put on my head.
Man,
how y'all doing?
Good. How you doing, man?
What's up, Joy?
I'm doing good. I sold my tickets the last 2 games. Cause they stressful.
Damn.
They stressful, man.
Oh,
they
shoot,
stressful.
man.
I'm glad they won today, but they're too stressful for me. So try again next year. My 3-minute take, maybe 60-second take, is just that when we do the draft, I believe we need to focus on the defense more. I saw someone say something about our running back core. I believe that we have like young people there, so I think we might be good there and not need to focus on that as much. But mostly the defense is what we need to focus on with draft and free agents to help out Grady and some of the others that are on there. That's really my take with it. And I also kind of fault Coach still with them starting Ritter at the end of the season. I felt like when Mariota was screwing up those first, when he got maybe like his 3rd straight loss, I think that's when they should have brought in Ritter. But I did see a lot of the fans, and they that Ritter don't need to go in. But I really felt like that we would have had a playoff chance had we had Ritter in early on in the season.
Yeah, I agree with that, definitely. I said that too, man. If we get him in, probably after that Carolina game, about 2 or 3 of those games probably go in the other direction, because you see each game he's progressing just like he's supposed to. You see him making more passes, throwing further and further downfield. You see a couple of deep throws today, and I loved it. But at the same time, going to this offseason, you got to get him probably a couple more weapons at wide receiver. Kyle Pitts will be back at tight end. And she talked about the running back position. I know y'all probably talked about it already.
Yeah.
But I'm still looking at a veteran running back. And if not, if I can get a decent running back and say like Bijan Robinson falls to the 2nd round, or Jamar Gibbs, I got to look at one of those guys. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
So you talk about versatility, being able to catch the football. They're still going to need that in their offense. And as I said, we got the whole Arthur Smith caliber, because going into next year, he's going to have to learn how to call plays to make this offense more explosive. Because if he doesn't, we're going to be in the same boat, sinking in the same ship. But tell me what y'all think about that.
Yeah, John.
What was his Arthur calling plays and stuff?
Right.
Yeah, you're totally right. We definitely got to get a wide receiver too, because it's not Oz. I mean, Oz is a solid, slot 4 guy. You know what I mean? But we got to get him some help there. But yeah, I mean, you get tired of, we saw those 2 route combinations like all year long, or the sprint out right, which eliminates half the field. You know what I mean? So like that stuff gets old, man, and it's not productive. I mean, so yeah, with Pitts back, you get a good wide receiver too. I thought his play calling was better these last couple of games than it had been. Like normally, like there's spots we can pick out. Like, dude, what are you thinking? You're out thinking yourself there. I think he mostly kept it pretty good these last couple of games, but yeah, that's something you just hope in his third year, just like you want your players to progress, you want your coach to progress too. So you want to see him get a little bit better and solid with that play call. And whether it's him doing it, which I don't think he's going to give that duty up. I think he's too tied to play calling. You know what I mean? So, but yeah, I'd like to see that get more consistent for sure next year.
Oh yeah, no doubt about that. No doubt about it. But shout out to my sister-in-law, man. She gonna put somebody in their place. Appreciate that. Appreciate that.
So do you think that Arthur Smith's play calling got better because he trusted Ritter a little more than Mariota?
There you go.
I think so.
Yeah,
I think 100%. So I think Ritter's ability just to even throw the ball down the field as effectively as he has shows more confidence than ever in him than what he showed in Mariota. The offense seemed to open up a little bit more, a lot of more naked bootlegs, a lot of more play action, and the shots down the field to me is the most effective thing that this Arthur Smith offense can take to the next level. We have a competent running game right now with Algier, and to like what John was saying, you get a solid number two. Kev has mentioned, Jacoby Myers and Aaron Lazard. I'm looking at the draft and looking at Quentin Johnston from TCU, and I can't wait to see what he showcases tomorrow against Kylie Ringo in Georgia. It's going to be a hell of a matchup, but that's a young guy that I think that could be brought in and really, take this Falcons offense to the next level. That would be a tremendous nucleus to have for this team going forward. You're talking about Pitts, Algier, London, Ritter, and Johnston. Man, that's hell on wheels on offense, man. So the future's bright in Atlanta, man. So, yeah, to your point, Joe, I think that Arthur Smith has a lot of confidence in Ritter's ability. And I think it's maybe quieted down some of that, going to get that premium type quarterback, and they'll be okay with just getting a vet free agent to just come in and help out Ritter in certain situations. Kind of like what he expected out of the Mariota, but we all know he took his ball and ran home with it. So that's where we're at with that.
Yeah, I mean, like you were saying about with that Johnston kid, that TCU receiver,
Yeah.
kid is good. I do like him.
Mhm.
Now, again, offensively, we all got to remember one thing. Ritter's played 4 games without Kyle Pitts. So let's remember, we were talking all throughout the offseason about the Twin Towers as him and London were calling themselves.
Right.
So we haven't seen what that is yet. Now, granted, would we like to have World Trade Center number 3? Maybe. I mean, we already got WTC 7 in OZ because he still can burn people. Now, I'm not saying that he is a top 2 receiver. He's good. He's serviceable. Same with Frank Darby. Frank Darby caught a pass today, and in the last 4 in the last 4 games, we have somehow made Michael Pruitt like the second coming of maybe Tony Gonzalez or Algie Crumpler.
Well,
I'll say Algie Crumpler.
Think about it. With,
I did say maybe. I did say maybe on Algie. Algie's still TN1.
Yeah, for sure. Hell yeah, man.
You see it with Michael Pruitt. He can get him the football. You get a look at how he's going to use Kyle Pitts. Kyle Pitts is more explosive, more athletic. So it's going to be a major plus going into
especially the inside seam that he did. Now, granted, the linebackers should have carried because they said it on the telecast. But getting that inside seam, Michael got it, and then on the touchdown, Ritter's first one. Ritter could have easily just sailed that out of the end zone. He baited it just enough, and some people were trying to compare it to a Josh Allen, Mahomes-like thing, but no. It was just a standard get everybody defending. You saw the defender try to crash to break out the touchdown run. Just get a low flip.
Yeah, that's true, man. The reason why I keep talking about a running back is because I'm looking at 32-year-old Cordero Patterson, and you can see he's out of gas. And not only that, you look at it too. You got to have, like I said, if you open up the pass game and be more explosive, I mean, you got to have another running back because I don't see another on this roster other than Tyler Algier. So that's the reason why I keep talking about running backs, because we're going to have to get one free agency or the draft.
Yeah, I mean, it's like Michael said, I mean, if Huntley comes back, I mean, Huntley was doing good before the unfortunate Achilles tear, but we all know, like, Achilles right now, that's like the new, like, taboo injury because you almost never – because at one point in time it was the ACL.
Never 100% again.
Yeah.
Right.
But now it's the Achilles. You're never the same after that. Let's see how Huntley recovers from that. I mean, Avery Williams, I mean, he was a project running back or whatnot. It was nice to have him, you know, it's like just that random, our guys need rest. But aside from, I mean, if we get that Bijan Robinson, I mean, I'm okay with it. But at the very least, I would hope that any offensive talk is either free agency or day 2 draft. Because day 1, I want a defensive player. I want somebody inside, like an edge rusher. I see that Miles Murphy kid is being drafted to like mock or whatever. He's a Clemson kid, right?
Clemson, yeah.
I hate to put this out there. Do we really want to take an edge rusher from Clemson with the 8th overall pick again?
Brother, I am with you, man.
Y'all got to stop that, man. That was just one player. Just one player.
Man.
I know. I had to put that joke out there, Smitty. I had to.
We don't ruin it, hasn't
There's a couple, man. God rest his soul. Gaines Adams. We got Ceylon Farrell's another guy.
Malachi Goodman.
Daquan Bowers.
Oh my goodness.
Oh, Grady's been the best out of the bunch, man, for sure.
He has, and just for the heck of it, I mean, drafting Will Anderson. If Will Anderson drops to 8 overall,
shit,
yeah,
like that's gonna be insane. Like I've seen people trying to say, like, you know, Bryce Young or CJ Stroud are gonna drop
No, I'm good.
to 8. No, but if like a Will Anderson or a Jalen Carter drop to 8, man, you know how they always say the team needs to sprint their ass to the board.
Yeah, to the podium. Hell yeah.
Frickin', I'll take a flight to Atlanta. I'll go to Flowery Branch. I'll grab the damn cart and sprint it to the podium.
Oh, you crazy, man. That's a long trip.
Only 7 hours from sunny Florida, where I'm an hour north of Tampa.
Oh, man.
Next question, somebody?
Let's see.
With the way this offseason is going to go.
Hell yeah, man. Let me see.
Okay, I got one. What's another position that y'all would like to see in the top 10 the Falcons go out to other than defensive end or defensive tackle?
It's got to be corner. Cornerback.
Corner. Safety.
Yeah,
I'm glad you said that, Kel, because safety is Brian Branch is someone I'm looking at because you know. I hate to say it, but Jalen Hawkins and Richard Grant, I don't want to see any of them start next year. I think they're better as rotational players. And Brian Branch is one of those guys that can play in the box or he can play zone. He covers very well, covers ground well. So that would probably, if they traded back, I would love to see Brian Branch. Probably in the 10 to 15 range.
I like what Richie Grant has. I think Richie Grant just tries to overcompensate for what Jalen Hawkins lacks in. So he finds himself trying to do too much as a safety, man. I wouldn't mind addressing corner. Adrian Gonzalez out of Oregon. Definitely, you know, he's a guy that's turning heads. He's gonna be in high command. You know, that's a guy 6'2", you know, 200-something pounds, and he's projected to run a 4.3 at that height, man, and weight. So definitely some athletic ability like that is needed in the secondary. I would definitely flirt with the idea of bringing back Isaiah Oliver. He's played his ass off these past 2 games and has definitely earned another contract with the Falcons. But a position switch would definitely be in his best interest right now. So I think shifting him over to safety and having a tandem of Richie and Isaiah Oliver, I think is be a little bit more affordable than what it is right now.
I've been saying that for a while.
Man, for a long time. Yeah. Oh yeah,
Isaiah Oliver played better with everything in front of him.
Yeah,
everything get behind him.
He played well after coming back from the ACL tear.
Yeah, definitely, man. Yeah,
I mean he played very well. I mean he had some great tackles here and there. I mean it was, and also going back on the Richie Grant part. How about that with the peanut punch? I mean 2 weeks ago we were dealing with that with Drake London. Just, you know, you get 2 hands on the ball, but it don't matter. That peanut punch gets it.
Does work.
It does work. But I gotta say, cornerback or safety might be my thing. I mean, maybe a linebacker, because I know people are still hesitant on Michael Walker and Troy Anderson and Ray Sean and Lorenzo Carter and stuff like that. I mean, if they want to get a linebacker, maybe, but I feel like at least in terms of defense, it's edge rusher, interior guy, cornerback, safety, linebacker in that order.
Yeah, I think
I would agree with that one.
Man, if you questioning Troy Anderson, you out your Falcon mind. And that go to anybody. You out your Falcon mind. If you questioning if Troy could play, you out your Falcon mind. That go to anybody. Troy could play.
That motherfucker can play, man. He's got speed, man.
Yeah, he can go. He almost blocked another kick today. He almost got another sack. He be in the backfield, like, yeah, he can go.
I keep saying, man, y'all got to remember he's raw. He's
raw,
man.
He's raw. I mean, he got beat on the touchdown pass to Rudolph, but Rudolph basically did a defensive swing move on him. If Anderson actually played properly, I think he makes that breakup in the end zone.
Yeah.
Agreed.
Yeah.
Thank you, sister-in-law. We appreciate that.
Yes.
I have a question.
Thank you, baby.
I was watching what game was that yesterday? Who does Alua Khan play for? Nah.
Jaguars.
What is the reason why we let him go? We couldn't pay him?
Too much money.
Yep. Too much money.
Food stamps.
We stopped at 10. He went all the way to 16.
EBT.
Well, actually, if I remember correctly, wasn't it Foye was like he was on his way to sign Atlanta's deal, and then his agent called and said, "Don't sign that deal. I got a little bit more from Jacksonville."
Yeah, shit. A little bit more.
I remember reading that story, Alberto. I remember reading it. Like Foye said, I was literally on my way to re-sign with Atlanta when my agent called and said, "We're going to Jacksonville."
That hurts, man. That hurts to hear because
he was overpaid, though.
Yeah. But he doing the dang thing over there.
Listen, sister, I'm not disagreeing with you at all, but I know right now, even as everyone keeps talking about a tremendous amount of money that we have coming to us, we have to spread that stuff evenly. It's not going to be like a clock that you just slap on the bread. We got to spread that out a little bit, and it's great. And I love Foye. I think I'm trying to think who I was talking to. You could argue the last 2 years, Foye may have been the second best Falcon on defense, maybe over the last 2 years. So, I was in the corner of paying him, but $15 million a year, that's probably too steep. I don't even see us going $15 million a year on any linebacker coming in here this year.
Mm-hmm.
I don't.
Yeah, we got that same production out of Evans too. I mean, he was a tackle this year for a hell of a lot.
He was, man. He was.
Yeah.
What do you guys think of what's that guy who we had who plays for Green Bay now?
Campbell. Damn, man. Same damn thing.
That we got rid of him.
Joy, if you remember, Joy, the same year that he was up for a free agent was the year Julio was threatening to sit out. We had to move our money to pay Julio, which we had a crystal ball, but we used our money to spend for him, and Campbell went on to be an all-pro linebacker.
My God. He just flourished under that dog. Yeah. And I think they run the same defense as we do, a 3-4, a hybrid one, and man, he's balling. He's still balling, man. So it sucks, man. That's one thing Atlanta has had is been great linebackers, man. And
another way because we don't have money.
Yeah, and that's the thing, man. They let him go.
Something to say. Be quiet over there, man. Say something.
Oh,
Peach.
I was listening to everybody talk. Appreciate you having me on here, as always.
No problem.
I had to switch from downstairs because
man, stop trying to act like you shy and go on and talk, man. What you acting like? Man, stop trying to act like you shy. You be the loudest person on the Dixon way, rooting for all these teams, and now you're coming up here acting like you Marsha Brady on the Brady Bunch and stuff. What's wrong with you, man? Speak up.
I go defensive line, edge rusher, and I go in free agency. I go get Deron Payne. That's who I
talk about it.
I put Deron Payne by Grady. Now I may run a 4-3. I would take Troy Anderson and put him on the outside with AK.
Thank you.
Now I got some speed on the outside. Now if you want to grab a middle linebacker, that's fine. We're not gonna go and spend money on Payne and Roquan. That's my dream.
Oh, man.
That is a pipe dream, bro.
That's my dream. And even if we don't get Jalen Carter and we get the kid out of Clemson, if we get the kid out of Clemson, we go get Payne, we got Roquan, we got Grady. Now we are top 6-5 defense in the league.
Hell yeah.
Then we could go draft a corner.
Let me fine tune Joe's list that he gave a few minutes ago when he said edge rusher, interior lineman. I would stop there, and I'm gonna tell you why. We let Blaine Gabbert, whoever the third string was today, Kenny Pickett, Dalton. We have let literally scrub quarterbacks have 5 to 7 seconds back in the pocket to do things. I'm not even sure I'm going to give up on the safeties yet. I actually like Jalen Hawkins myself.
I love
but if you can manufacture some semblance of a rush, some semblance of regular sacks, I think that will make the back end that much better. And I look forward to, just like Larry said, Deron Payne. Oh, that would be awesome. But the track record of this organization in our defensive tackles, from Hagelman to Beret Jerry, to what's my man Sadat, to my man we just let go this year, Marlon Davidson. I mean, let's spend the money to bring. Let's spend the money to bring that beat in, and let's get to the quarterback. That's my motto next year. Let's get to the quarterback.
Man, for real, we need to be able to do that online. I agree 100% with you.
Yep.
Yeah, you can't cut out that pocket. It's gonna always be a problem.
Man.
Yep. You know one thing though. I'm sorry, Big. Y'all were discussing the linebackers, right? They went to different teams. Mm-hmm. They all went to better defensive lines. Look at Jacksonville and look at Green Bay. They got Kenny Clark, you got Trey Walker, you got Josh Allen. They all with the teams with better D lines, man. So
right.
They didn't have to do as much.
Nope, that's true. That's a good one.
Now, conversely, let me just ask this real quick. How much of it is on the players going to the system, and how much is it on like a defensive line coach or something like that? Like, what if we get a defensive line coach that could teach them a little bit, something that we're not seeing on tape, that's not being shown to us? Like, what if there's a new defensive line coach out there that could teach
Joe? You know what I think? Oof. I think and this is gonna be blasphemous, and some of y'all gonna cuss me out. We probably let go of somebody who can simplify this defense better than anybody, and Dan Quinn. Dan Quinn simplified this defense, and he simplified the defense in Seattle. And listen, as a defensive coordinator, not as a head coach, but as a defensive coordinator, he simplified it enough to those guys didn't have to think. They just went and played. And tell me what scheme Dallas is running. And if you say something, you're lying. He has it so simple.
Cover 3.
Hold on. Has Dallas defense looked good in the last 4 weeks?
I'm watching them right now. I mean, Dallas right now playing like a piece of dog, you know what, to the freaking Commanders.
Exactly. That defense ain't nothing. Dan Quinn's look. Don't get me started.
Nah. You better recognize. Let me tell you something. You better recognize, because he has the defense playing now.
Listen, you guys might agree with this, but I'm going to say this right now. When we let go of Dan Quinn, I'm going to say straight up, I was bummed because I wanted him to at least finish the year. If we parted with him after the season, okay, you got me. I would have been fine with that. But I'm just of that mindset that if you start the year, unless you're an Urban Meyer, for comparison's sake, I don't think you deserve to get fired in season unless something Urban level happens. Like that's just me. Like if the team is bad, okay, go ahead and just suffer with it. I mean, eventually you're gonna have to turn the corner eventually, but
they have a chance. They have a chance to fix it. They have a chance to fix it because Gus Bradley is going to be on the market in a couple of days, and he's another one of those 3-4 guys that they can bring in and play, be a position coach. And if he needs to take over, he can do that. So I think they need to relook at their coaching staff this offseason because something just not right.
Right.
Yeah, and also on defense, like how we're talking about it, of the free agents that we have in 23, I mean, I'd sign Lorenzo Carter back. I'd sign Isaiah Oliver back. I'd sign Rashawn Evans back. Maybe give Eric Harris one more chance.
Man.
But listen.
Look at Berto.
You hear me, Elizabeth?
Look at Berto. Hey, he having a heart attack. You done killed my man Berto.
Oh man.
Listen, if Eric Harris comes back, it's going to be on a massive discount. I'm not paying him his
$3.99. Hell no, man. He's got to get the stepping, man. I'd rather have Frank Darby on the goddamn team than him, brother. But that's just
one positive about it. If he comes back, we guaranteed that Dunkin' Donuts sponsorship.
Just for the heck of it, I'd probably also bring back Abdullah Anderson. Anderson was good.
Oh man, he's been balling. He's coming back. He's coming back. He's been balling, man.
He's on ball. I mean, and let's not forget, we also had, I forget his name. He was the Bears one. Remember, he signed with us, and then like 2 days later, he retired.
Goldman.
Eddie Goldman.
How would our pass rush have been if he was there?
Yeah.
Here's the thing I don't want anybody to do. I think we're starting to glorify backups. I'm not trying to tell anybody that Abdullah didn't have a good year. Then a couple of the players came on. Horn played decent in his, but we are glorifying some of these backup players way too much because we haven't seen real talent in the front seven in a while. Let's let Terry cook before we start talking about all these folks that we're not going to be able to keep four of the guys that will probably in the rotation this year because we're going to upgrade. And that's not a knock against the guys who played this year. They're pretty good, but they weren't getting to the quarterback.
Nope.
So
that's true.
I hear everybody, but calm down on the Abdullah Anderson. He's nice, but you know what? I'm sure we have some free agents out there that can push him to the practice squad if they were on this team. And that's what I want. I want us to have that type of depth where that guy's.
I got two guys.
Matt Ioannidis is one of them.
Oh yes, Carolina guy.
I got two guys. I could see Terry going into that pipeline of older New Orleans Saints players and bringing in Sheldon Rankins. He's a free agent at the end of the year. Has 3 sacks on the year with the Jets. Plays on a good defense over there, similar to what we run here in Atlanta. I think bringing him in just kinds of start to build the identity that Atlanta wants to do on defense. And another guy is out in Denver, Draymond Jones. He's going under the radar, man. He's been stout at the run. He's been very, very productive. And I could see him. I could see somebody like him, man, coming down to Atlanta also.
Mike, I want you to take this question.
Go ahead.
Go ahead, John. My bad. Go ahead.
Oh, you good.
Mike.
I would.
Yeah.
No, you good. I wouldn't hate A'Shaun Robinson either as a rotational piece.
It's a rotational piece. Yeah.
He was a beast in Detroit and LA.
Yeah, and like Uncle Steve said, I mean, you want studs on your line as your starters, but you got to have. Man, it's just like I said. It's just like baseball, man. It's just like pitchers. You can never have enough defensive linemen, man.
That's good.
That's true. That's good.
And, I mean, because they're going to go down, and you want when at least when your starters are spelled, you at least want that backup to not be so far off the drop off be so bad where you're like, oh shit, like we're going to be in trouble now for this couple of plays or whatever it is. So yeah, I mean, you just want to be as deep there as you possibly can. That's for sure.
Oh yeah, no doubt about that. But Mike, what I was saying was, you take this question: should we trade up?
Should you trade up in the draft?
Yeah.
I think. Well,
No.
good, Mike.
No. You got a pretty good pick, man. And I think, man, John has said this on the show a few times. If you can pick talent, man, you can pick it anywhere. You can pick it in the 3rd round. You can pick it in the 4th round. You can pick it in the 5th round. Now, if you get a top 10 pick, I mean, you should be able to pick some talent. It shouldn't have to be the 1st or 2nd or 3rd pick for you to be able to pick some talent. And he seemed like he talented at picking talent. So I got faith in the dude that we're going to get somebody good on defense in our first pick. We had a great draft. one we just had was pretty good. So I think he's gonna do it again. I don't think we need to trade up. He's pretty
And
good.
if they fix that interior line, those two edge rushers last draft, they would probably have double-digit sacks if they could only collapse the pocket.
Agreed.
Yep.
I think we all got PTSD from Dimitrov's drafts, man.
Honestly, if there's one thing that we can thank him for, it's that he gave us AJ and he gave us Grady.
Lindstrom too.
Oh yeah,
Lindstrom,
Grady,
Oliver.
Oliver, yeah.
You were blind spot finds a few nuts.
He made the trade for Julio, so you know.
That's true.
So, you know, he did give us Julio. He had Matt Ryan for his first ever pick, which actually was really good.
Well, he had some hits, but there was literally some years where the entire draft sucked. Like they're not even in the league anymore.
2012.
12 was one that sticks out.
That was after Julio, so he gave up.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
14 wasn't that great. I mean, I know we got Matthews, but I don't remember anybody after him.
Matthews been mid.
Well, that says it all then.
Yeah. Can I ask a question?
Go ahead, bro.
Let me ask a question of the panel. Especially after seeing Algier just grind today and doing what he did. Part of the reason for his success was the maturation of Caleb McGarry on that right side this year. He is a free agent. However, he was spurned for that 5th year. If you're the Falcons, do you try to re-sign McGarry? I'm sorry, McGarry this year.
Depending on what the number is, because the 5th year probably would have been about 13 to 14 million.
Right
around that number. So if you can get him probably at about 10 to 12, I do.
What does everybody else think about that?
I'm gonna go in on this one right here, right quick. Sure, 5th year declined, lit a fire under his ass. Dwayne Ledford did a masterful job refining him completely. Landed him as a top 4 right tackle in the league. PFF graded him at 88. Outstanding. Now, to Smitty's point, sure, we should have, we could have, elected to pick up that option. It would have landed them in that. But I think if you're the Falcons, you approach McGarry and it's like, look at your body of work. Let's look at what you've done the first 3 or 4 years. This is what we're going to base your contract off of. I think we can get a steal in free agency, bringing him back at a reduced contract, maybe in an 11 to 12 area. But the thing is, we got to keep the continuity that we have on this offensive line. And the bookends right now are thriving under this system that we're in now. He looks outstanding out there. Footwork looks great. I say, hell yeah, got to resign him. I think
I don't disagree. I don't disagree with your angle, but here's the problem. And this is where the personal comes in.
Yep.
You just told me prior to training camp that I wasn't worthy enough to get that 5th year option. I'm grading out as the 4th highest right tackle in the game right now. So am I going to give the team that didn't give me an extra chance, or am I going to go out there and try my luck out on the free agent market where they need right tackles at all teams? So while I hear you, the stuff about look at my first few years, he could care less about that. You already spurned him. I'm thinking similar to what's our guy we just gave to Cincinnati tight end.
Hayden Hurst.
Hayden Hurst. Yeah,
we just gave him away. Same thing. If you don't think I'm worthy enough of that 5th year option, I'm going to either make you pay top dollar, or I'm going to go out there on my own where I'll probably easily end up getting somewhere between $13 to $15 million.
And this is another reason why I say it. Do not be surprised if they take an offensive lineman in the top 10.
Right.
Yeah,
because they need a guard and they need a tackle. So that's just something to think about.
What you guys say, Larry?
Oh no, what I was saying is that just what you guys were talking about. We spurned him for getting his money, so he may feel some kind of way and be like, "Okay, I'm rated as the 4th best right guard in the league. I ain't about to give y'all no discount. Check this out. I want $17 million."
Yeah, it's a business. It's a business too.
In my opinion, fair value because his footwork is horrible on passing. but run blocking, just like we talked
He
about
got feet like
backstage. He's a road grader. He's a bulldozer on running. Now, he clumsy as hell on pass. Come on. We all know that. All right? We sit here, he a turnstile sometimes. Sometimes he get in the way and then don't get the block. We got to chip to his side all the time. All right. So
I heard he got 5 from Marty last week.
Yeah, but man, that first play when Ritter got sacked and he just got tossed to the side like a rag doll. But anyway,
man,
he's gonna command it between 15 and 17 million. Or you going to spend that to keep the continuity of the team, you have to.
Chicago.
And I've been a big
detractor
of Caleb Turnstile McCaleb. But McGarry. But the turnstile has been locked now, at least on running game, you know what I'm saying, on the run game. Let's keep that because that's our identity now. We have a playing personality is see a man, whoop a man, run game. And that's what I want us to do. So keep McGarry.
Yep.
Let me say this.
Go ahead.
Man, you ain't even had a whole good season. Like the nerve, like the fourth. If he gets to saying, in the league, I'm number 4. Yes, you the tallest midget.
Hey man,
what are you talking about? Man, your arrogance is like misplaced. If he gets, hey dog, he gonna go sign to somebody and he gonna be a piece of shit over there. So I'm saying, if you want to stay and get the continuity for a cheap price, but if you go and you get top dollars, bro, that's gonna be a bust. You are not good, bro. You ain't had a good season ever. You had a whole good season ever. You had a
That's true.
Games,
man. You got a point.
Bro, you ain't had a good season ever in your whole career. Man, so they say you the 4th best. It just speaks of like the talent in the league, like your position. Man, you had a few good games, bro. Reel it in, or buy.
Right.
If he comes in negotiations and he's like, y'all didn't give me my 5th year, I would sit him ass down and say, well, let me show you why you didn't get that 5th year.
Exactly.
And this is why you didn't get that 5th year. Now you've performed better the second half of this year. So that's why this money is where it's at. You know what I mean? Like if he can't get that, then all right, man. Well, there's the door. I guess we're gonna have to.
And John, but that's perfect though. I mean, you have to when you go into negotiations like that, they have to bring up year 1, 2, 3 and say how bad you did. But from a player standpoint, I don't even have to sit in that negotiation with you. Right. On the first day of the business year, I'm a free agent. Yeah. So I can walk out. I'm thinking about another situation up in Las Vegas. Josh Jacobs. They didn't offer him his 5th year. He's the leading rusher in the NFL, if I'm not mistaken, right?
Right.
So
absolutely.
Think about how that conversation's gonna go. Hey, before you leave, Josh, let me see what's going on. So I hear y'all loud and clear. I'm just saying, but that's gonna be because of what they did this year. That's gonna be a void unless you plan on filling that with a veteran. I really don't want to fill that with a rookie because I haven't even heard an offensive tackle mentioned in the top 10 overall.
And if he can improve in the pass rush, like that, I mean, that's what like Larry was saying. I mean, like the pass rush is, the pass blocking has been so bad. I mean, when you got 325-pound Akeem Hicks doing a speed rush on you,
God, bro,
like
man, he WWE'd his ass, like,
dude. I mean, like seriously, dog. Like I'm saying, like all off season, line folks up off sides and make him block them. Like we'll do something like that to make him just like. I mean, if he can improve that part of his game, man. I mean, because there's something to say for continuity with offensive lines. There always, especially with him being next to Chris for the entire time he's been here. Like they know each other inside and out. So ideally you don't want to mess that up, but you also don't want to like go crazy and overpay either. So I can kind of get it either way.
True. Yeah.
Like you said, like I don't want to replace him with a rookie, man. Like not that's too dead.
We don't need to go that long.
I agree.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
Is 15 too high, panel? Is 15 stacks? 15 mil too high? Everybody,
I think so.
13 million?
I think so. 13, you got to bring it down.
13 is it?
Yeah.
All right. I'm with y'all, but just like Brother Steve said, he might not be trying to hear that with his agent. And he ain't going to be at the table. His agent going to be at it.
Right. Absolutely.
Absolutely. That's how it goes.
Yep.
Because you don't want that player to really get their feelings hurt when they see the sheet of all your misgivings. You know what I'm saying? You let the agent handle that, and then he come back to the table where this is what they're saying this. Do you want to meet him halfway, or do you want to be firm on this? Do you want me to go to other teams to see if they're going to pay what you want? You know what I'm saying? That's how it go, man. You know? Same thing with how Dansby Swanson. We know Dansby was never coming back because he didn't get signed. We knew that. Alex Anthopoulos signs who he wants. When a team values you, they go out of their way to make sure they get you. Plain and simple.
I like this one. Get to the quarterback, Tack McKinley. That's hilarious.
Yeah, that one still hurts. So we could have had TJ Watt.
Oh my God.
That's right.
Yeah, man.
And that's why we wanted to get drafted too. TJ Watt.
Now I'll throw this question out there real quick. If he was still playing one more year, would you guys take a flyer on JJ?
Yeah, I would. For 1 year? 1 year deal? Absolutely.
Like the white ring. Why not?
Yeah,
why not?
Yeah.
Why not?
What y'all think?
I'll one up you, John. What about Jadeveon Clowney?
Oh
no,
man, I responded back.
Hold on, not Jadeveon Clowney at the overhyped first round pick. This is his third team or fourth team?
Man.
So if he came in and his agent said $5 million, would you take a flyer?
Yeah, what I was just about to say, he gave Lorenzo college contract. I definitely think about it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, depending on his,
he still gets quarterback hurries. He's still effective in the run game, and that's two things that the Falcons, lacking. So at $5 million, it's a wrap.
Yeah,
you got to lock that in. You got to lock it in.
I'll respond about this.
Once you give me $5 million, I get on the line.
Oh shit!
What are we wasting money for, dog?
That's what I'm saying, bro.
Don't
Man,
waste no money on David Clowney, man.
You seen an old stripper before? Like an old ass stripper?
Yeah. Why you gonna go to the Claremont Lounge? Why y'all going
I go to Magic City. If I go to Magic City, I want me a young girl. I don't want no old ass stripper, bro. I don't want no come on, man.
I'm trying to.
I don't want no Waffle House wait.
Mike, slow down. Mike, slow down for a minute. I'm trying to get these right. I got tallest midget, and then what was it? Oldest stripper. I'm trying to get these down. I'm trying to say these. I'm trying to say these gems for later.
Hey, y'all are crazy, man. Oh shit!
Man.
Walmart pen, they can stick your hand there trying to get Blu-ray DVDs of them old movies. Let's keep them in there, man. You ain't gonna watch them.
Oh man!
Watch every movie downloadable on whatever stream you got. So get your hand out of there. You probably gonna touch somebody that had COVID. So leave it alone. Don't get David Clowney. Leave him alone. Don't bring him here. He gonna be hurt. That's $5 million of wasted dollars.
Yep. Yeah.
Hey, listen, guys. I'm looking at a spot track for free agents. Just because we're talking about that.
Right.
Of these two guys, who would you rather have on the inside with Grady? Fletcher Cox, Javon Hargrave, or Dalvin Tomlinson?
God damn.
Fletcher's never leaving Philly.
I don't think Fletcher's ever leaving Philly. I agree with you, man.
I don't see that either. But.
Javon Hargrave? Hargrave, bro. I'm with Mike on this one.
I think Fletcher Cox going to retire.
Yeah, Fletcher Cox going to retire, man.
Damn. That's good.
Yeah, other defensive tackles that I'm seeing are like David Onyemata.
He's another guy. He's very disruptive. Very disruptive.
Sheldon Rankins. He can be serviceable.
How old is Hargrave?
Hargrave
30.
is
30.
About to be 30.
Okay.
Berto said that, didn't he?
Huh?
Berto knew that, didn't he? He the one that said that. I didn't even know. But I'm sure he said it.
Oh man.
I'm gonna let y'all.
I got a question.
right quick.
What's up, bro?
Go ahead.
The playoffs next year.
Say it again. I'm sorry. Say it again.
I say, man, we gonna make the playoffs next year, Smitty and Berto. I got a question.
Oh man, hell yeah, we're making the playoffs next year. We're gonna open up this wallet. We're gonna shop right into the playoffs, bro.
I think we are gonna make the playoffs next year. I mean, I'll say it straight up. The fact that I went 13-4 predicting our season this year is still something that I'm shocked at. But to look at next season, I mean, we see one of the comments that just came up about our home games and road games. Like right now, we're waiting on the end of the 4 o'clock game, so we'll know whether or not we're going to which part of the desert we're going to, either the desert or the desert.
Yeah. Joe, you crazy, man.
So I mean, it's like, we just beat Tampa Bay. We don't know what's going to happen with them. We don't know what's happening with Brady. We don't know what's happening with all their guys. Carolina, gotta see. I'm wondering who their coach is going to be and what they're going to do at quarterback. But their defense is stout. I give credit where it's due. They have a good
That's true.
defense.
No, you're right. You're right.
New Orleans, that bill has to be due eventually with them. As much cap room as we have free, they have so eventually that bill is coming due. And I saw something with Michael Thomas. Oh, slant boy!
We got to turn the cheek on that one, bro. I'm good.
Green Bay, same thing with Tampa. What's going to happen? Like, is Rodgers going to be back another year? Who knows? Minnesota, what kind of Kirk Cousins are we going to get? And we'll probably see. We might see a Gritty in the end zone. I'll just throw it out there. We might see a Gritty. Houston, well, they got more problems than we do.
That's true.
Indianapolis, as much as you guys are probably going to hate what I'm about to say, I've done the research on this. Indianapolis takes a nice big pleasure in kicking our ass.
Oh, you're talking about history.
They're 15-2 against us. The last time we beat them was Julio's rookie year. Before that, it was Peyton's rookie year. Those are the only 2 times Atlanta has beat Indianapolis. It's much like Pittsburgh. Wow. When you see that on the schedule, unless something miraculous happens, like Indianapolis or Pittsburgh being absolutely dog crap, it's probably going to be a loss there. And then Washington, well, I have no idea what Washington's going to be like, especially after what I'm watching on the TV right now. Yeah. And then, again, we just talked about Tampa, Carolina, New Orleans. Detroit, hey, Dan Campbell's
they're fighting. That's a tough team.
Doing a very good job in them. Chicago, we saw how they were this year, but it's going to be in Chicago. I don't know about that. It's possible. I'll chalk us up for a win there. Jacksonville, it's the prince that was promised. So, prince that was promised and his gambling jesters. I wanted so hard to write that in my article for Blogging Dirty that's coming out this week about our opponents. I really put there, can Atlanta stop the prince that was promised and his gambling receivers? I wanted to so bad, but if ESPN couldn't even get Ridley's picture proper on that trade, how can Jacksonville?
Shit.
Tennessee, you stop Derrick Henry, you win that game. Jets, I'll chalk it up to a win there, but it'll be close. And then
Zach Wilson, the quarterback, it definitely win.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, but Zach Wilson's gone, so we all know that he's gone. So it's probably going to be Mike White. It's probably going to be Joe Flacco, or I hear the whole Jimmy G to New York rumors, which may work out in their favor. Who knows? But then Arizona or Los Angeles, we beat Arizona on a last-second field goal in our building, and then the Rams, we somehow damn near exercised the demons that we never want to talk about.
There might be a team in a flux this offseason, man. They might blow that shit up over there, man. You don't know about Sean McVay and all that, man. So that's a totally different team we might face next year.
Exactly. So, at floor, I'd say 6-11 for that, and that's because we also have to remember we were 5-8 in one-score games, so that number is going to most likely flip from this year to next year. So, floor 6-11, ceiling
Super Bowl champs.
I was about to say, are you predicting next year's wins and losses? Joe.
Yeah.
Man,
I'm saying floor 6-11, ceiling 12-5.
If we solidify that defensive line and the interior, the sky's the limits because we already have.
Go Smitty.
Hell yeah, man. We finished. We finishing with 10 or more wins next year, bro.
And I see.
Got to.
That's why I said the floor is that the floor is if everything goes bad. Like you always have to have a floor and a ceiling, but for me, the ceiling is.
I'm gonna let Uncle Steve answer because he look like he got something to say.
Oh no, I'm listening to him. I'm listening to you roll down the list, and I hear you 100%. I'm more concerned about really the NFC South and the NFC South. Trust me, don't get me wrong. I know the rest of the schedule counts, but every going into 2023, if Captain America leaves like we think he is, every team in the NFC South is gonna have a new quarterback that didn't start in 2022. And I look at the two teams that I see that has the potential of being younger and moving up, and that's Carolina and ourselves. This little bit of head start that Desmond Ridder is getting is promising, but if Terry can just fill in some of these spots that everyone's talking about, I really feel like 10-7 is not out of the question. 10-7, possibly 11-6, but 10-7 is not, because I think the NFC South is not that good.
No,
I don't think it is. I'll take it a step further. I don't think the NFC is that good. Did we really lose to a good Commanders team?
No.
Did we really lose to a solid? I'm trying to think. I'm losing my mind right now. But the Rams, the Cardinals, we beat the Cardinals. I mean, we just the NFC maybe has 3 teams, and I think we're in that mix that can get better. So I look at next year after we fill in these holes, do what Jacksonville, some kind of a little bit similar to what Jacksonville did last year, and I think 10-7 could be attained next year.
I get that, Steve. I really do. I mean, my thing is I gotta keep. I mean, I look at the historical facts because I said Atlanta was going to win Week 1 because we were 7-1 against the Saints in Week 1 historically. That's now 7-2. I did say we were going to lose to Pittsburgh because we were 2-14-1. That was correct. I like looking at those miscellaneous. I mean, heck, I predicted us to beat Cleveland, even though we were 3-12 against Cleveland lifetime. But the only reason I did that is because I said it. If that was any other game in the season, I probably would have chalked it up as a loss. But because we got it early in the Watson suspension and all that stuff, I gave us the win. We should have had, to be honest, we probably should have had a chance to sweep the Bucs if everything, didn't happen in Tampa the way that it did. I mean, the Saints game, we all know it was a collapse, so that was everything. San Francisco was probably the best game we had all year, and that was before they had Christian McCaffrey and all that boys. So, and honestly, like you guys said, the Bengals game was probably the only game this year that we went into being like, man, why the hell are we even watching this game? We already know what's going to happen.
Yeah. Anybody else want to add anything before we roll out, man? That time is coming. But first and foremost, man, we want to appreciate, we want to thank and we appreciate everybody that came on today, spending this time with us, man. Definitely, closing out the season in style, man. It's been a true blessing to have everybody in the comments, everybody that joining us here on this panel, man. Thank y'all for, supporting everybody, supporting us more particularly on Tuesdays and Sundays post game. It's been wonderful, man. So if anybody has anything to add before we roll out, man, please, the floor is yours.
I got something to add before y'all say something.
Okay.
Again, like you said, thank y'all for coming on. But draft season coming, and we're going to keep it rolling. Starting Tuesday.
Yeah.
We just going to go all the way through until the season come up again. So it ain't going to be no downtime for nobody. I'm going to just be real. But like you said, the floor is yours. If y'all got anything to say.
Go ahead, Larry.
Hey, man, I just like to appreciate all y'all coming in here, man. Like I said, me and my wife do the Dixon way. Actually, we got a game with the Hawks versus the Clippers tonight. Will Nate McMillan keep his dang on job?
Hope not.
Nope, he should have been fired. Go ahead.
Hope not.
But hey, man, if y'all like to see Angus and Misery of Atlanta fan, man, y'all come check us out, man. This is Dixon Way and _Dixon_Way on YouTube, on TikTok, everywhere, man. We try to give y'all live, you know what I'm saying, commentary of the game with our own little unique flair to it, man. I really appreciate Smitty and Alberto bringing me on here, Uncle Steve, you know what I'm saying? He inspired, me to do this anyway. I'm sitting there blowing up his channel, you know what I'm saying? Always chatting, doing the thing. I think this. You know what? Let me call on the camera and let people see you. And talk about
there you go.
I appreciate y'all. You guys are great. I'm going to sub to you guys. All of you other guys I don't know, I'm going to go ahead and sub to you guys.
Yeah, please do, man. Get those subs up for sure.
Building up this Falcon family, you know what I'm saying, of content creators. So appreciate y'all, man.
Awesome. Thank you. Mike, go ahead, Mike.
Yeah, so I gotta say this. I forgot who Smitty said inboxed him and criticized him. But man, go fuck yourself. So we gonna start there. 2 is because look, Smitty and like Berto, 2 of the I'm gonna start there because man, I watch all of this, right? And Smitty and Berto are like the most prepared to like in your community, in like my opinion. And like we do this shit too. But these people are prepared and they study shit. So the shit they talking is like research. Berto be coming with shit. He'll tell you like Dan Quinn's birthday and where he ate for dinner. Like you be like, well, how you know that? Like how you know his son name?
Oh man,
he actually remembered Jim Brown's first carry.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
I ain't that old.
Already picked the players who should be by Grady. He did research on that. Smitty already did that. That shit takes time, and these boys be prepared. So I'm saying,
thank you, man.
If you want knowledgeable content, the show to watch is theirs. I'm gonna say that. So these boys be prepared, and they do their thing, every week, and it's hard to do 2 shows a week. So you got to give them their props and stop talking that shit because these dudes are awesome. That's all I want to say.
Appreciate you, man. Thank you, Mike.
This look easy, but it's not easy at all because talking in front of a screen and a microphone is probably one of the toughest things to do. That's why I applaud people who do the news and people who do broadcasting because this not easy. Criticism is tough. But go ahead.
Yeah, I mean, like I'll just say it straight up. I mean, I'm more of a writer than it is a content creator. I mean, my content creation has been Pokemon. I'll be straight up with you guys. That is legitimate. Like my YouTube channel, my username on this, that's my Pokemon YouTube channel.
Damn.
Seriously, I mean, I do what they call Draft League, which is basically pro sports and Pokemon together. My team name is based on our Falcons. I'll say it straight up. So, I mean, when I get an opportunity to talk Falcons ball with people, I take it as a very huge honor and a privilege to talk. Because, I mean, it's like, I know we say it like, and every fan base says it, but I mean it from the bottom of my heart. This is the best group of fans in the NFL. Because we're always welcoming, we're always upbeat, we're always honest with each other, and we always, no matter what happens, come hell or high water, we're always sticking with each other until the day we croak, which is probably going to be when the Falcons actually inevitably win the Lombardi and anything other than that.
Oh, we doing that next year, brother. Mark it down.
There you go. That's what I'm talking about.
Come on, Mike. Let's go, Mike.
I got my body ready.
But seriously, look, I'll say it straight up. If Atlanta wins the Super Bowl, I'm driving up I-75. I will be at that parade.
Oh, hell
I will be there because that'll be a hell of a time just celebrating with, like I said, with the best group of fans in the NFL. I know that's cliche, but I mean that from the bottom of my heart because we just know what it is to be upfront, honest, and fun with each other.
Y'all see somebody in handcuffs, y'all already know who it is.
Falcons don't win the Super Bowl next year without Felipe Franks on the roster.
There it is.
Yes, sir. Oh, go ahead, Hook.
Joe, Kayvon, Larry, John and Mike.
Awesome
pleasure,
duo.
man. Just finally get a chance to be on anything with you. And to my two old heads up there, Double A and Smitty. I appreciate that. Let me tell you something. When you're doing something well, you're always gonna have haters, and you're always gonna have people that critique. But I look at it like this: they watching you. So isn't that the purpose anyway? Yeah. I don't get me wrong. Sometimes you got to scroll past some of the nonsense, but I figure like this: if they're watching you, you have something that they want that they don't have. You have something that they envy. So as much as Smitty, you don't need to explain anything to anybody else. And matter of fact, if you do, Mike will be your translator if you need it.
Yes, sir.
But I just want to let you know, brother, don't let them folks bring you down, man. Your content is unquestionable, and
That's right.
don't fall into that trap of letting other people bring your joy down. Uncle Steve's Lounge. I'll be on tomorrow actually, and I'll throw out a vine to everyone on Twitter.
If he on tomorrow, I'm on tomorrow.
Yeah, absolutely, and absolutely, it's gonna be tomorrow's gonna be 5:00 tomorrow. The aftermath, I do it every Monday. Just that breathe in and breathe out. So everyone in the chat, please feel free subscribe over to Uncle Steve's Lounge so you can get a alert. And probably most of the folks you see in this picture are probably going to be part of it anyway. So thank you very much. Appreciate y'all as always, man.
Oh, yeah. John, floor is yours, John.
Yeah, man. What Mike said, man, second that. And also, I mean, like Smitty, all you guys, we watched all you guys. Like Larry, just subscribe to you, buddy. So we got that taken care of.
Hey, appreciate the love, man.
Yeah, of course, brother. But I mean, Mike and I started our Out of Your Falcon Mind about halfway through the previous season. So this was our first full season, like getting together, and like we reached out to other content like Smitty and Uncle Steve and some other guys, man, like Big Low and Pound for Pound, and everybody's been so cool, man, and so awesome, welcoming. It's been great, man. And like Smitty said, man, it's like we just kind of jumped in, man. We bought mics, we got the name of the show, and we're like, fuck it, let's just go and have fun and see what happens.
That's what it's
and,
about.
I mean, yeah, man, it's been great, man. It's been growing, but like I said, man, a huge ups to you guys for like the support and just being so cool. But we normally record. We do live shows on Thursday for the preview show, and we'll do a recap show either on Sundays or Mondays. It depends on our schedule. But like you guys, we're going to keep going in the off season. We did draft shows last year. We just we broke down each position group and kind of went through film and what we liked about guys and what we didn't like, and then we'll do free agency shows. And so we're going to keep it going, man. We plan on doing a lot of different collabs with you guys, man. As much as you guys want us, we'll be
hell
there.
Yeah. That's a definite.
We have such a great time, man. So we'll always be there when y'all need us.
Especially if you give us your jacket, John. I appreciate it. I love that jacket. I love that jacket.
I got my dad and my nephews, actually.
Ours is a bit off the rails, though.
It's different.
Our shit is off the rails, but
it's entertaining and it's factual. There ain't nothing wrong with it. That's right. That's right.
Yeah, that's true. I should have said that. We mix. We're not a typical, I guess, sports podcast. We do some different stuff, but we have a hell of a good time, man. So like, just
me and Alberto adapt very well because we right along that same line. We just don't.
I love y'all. Y'all are funny.
Hey,
like
man.
love you, Uncle Steve.
Appreciate that.
Hell yeah.
Love you, Uncle Steve. Seriously, thank you.
Love for you,
before
Mike.
we close out, man, this is your boy Alberto, your host of the 95 North Falcons Talk Show with direct affiliation with my guy, Antoine Smitty Smith and the Sports Machine. We want to thank you again. Thank everybody in the panel. Thank everybody in the chat. We appreciate you guys taking this hour and 43-minute ride with us, man, and all season long, man. We appreciate y'all. We can't wait to deliver more content and keep this goddamn thing rolling, as my guy Smitty said. So on that note, Peace and love, everybody. We'll see you on the flip side, family. Take care, everybody. Peace, brother.
Yeah, we'll have broadcast on the national championship game with them dogs.